Burn-away cakes are easier than they look. Let me show you how with this. Burn-away cakes are so intriguing to me, and they're so much fun to make. It's such a cool concept, and when it comes together, it is just so fun to watch. I'm starting a series about how to do these and how to achieve like the perfect look, sharp edges, beautiful piping, all the things. So if that's something that interests you, or you just love watching people decorate cakes, then please like, share, and follow along as I give you tips, tricks, and hacks on how to make them perfect every single time. How do you feel about the burn-away trend? Is it a smash or pass? Let me know in the comments. Every beautiful cake starts with cake leveling. So let's go over the basics, starting with our cake. Did you know that some recipes actually bake flatter than others? This vanilla cake recipe, which is found on my TikTok, bakes very flat. But for the sake of me showing you guys how to level cakes, we're gonna work with them anyway. They are frozen. I start off by hitting them with a little bit of heat from my blowtorch, which I got from Amazon, which is in my storefront. And then I hit it with this long serrated knife. Now the first thing you'll notice is that my elbow is tucked into my side, and it literally does not move the entire time I am leveling this cake. I am moving the cake in a circle towards me, as you can see, as I keep my hand steady and level. The hand with the knife is just moving back and forth. It's not going up and down. It's literally a back and forth motion while my other hand is turning the cake. I'm not pressing into the cake. I'm literally going along the surface. And as you can see, it wasn't really much to cut off. This really helps when you do this with a chilled cake because you'll have less crumbs and there's less of a chance of you actually hacking into the cake. Now you can go over it a couple of times until you're satisfied with the way that it looks. And then you just want to go ahead and repeat the process. This is the exact same thing I did. I just sped it up a little bit, but I wanted you to see it a couple times so you can kind of get the hang of it. Like most things, leveling takes practice, but it really helps in the final appearance of your cakes. If you have any questions or you want to see me do something else in regards to cake decorating, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you share this video with a beginner cake decorator. Save, like, follow, and share for more. If you ever see a cake with smooth buttercream and sharp edges, I guarantee you it's because someone has properly prepared their cake layers. It's super easy and it doesn't take a lot of time. Let me show you how. So this cake has already been leveled on the top, but frozen. So it's gonna be really, really easy for us to work with. All we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off this brown part, which is called caramelization. It's not a bad thing and it tastes delicious, but sometimes it makes it very difficult to get smooth and crisp frosting on your sides. So I'm just cutting off a tad bit using a small serrated knife. I'm keeping my elbow tucked in, and the only thing I'm doing is rotating the cake with my left hand while I cut with my right. And you can see it's not taking off a lot at all. And you can always eat these scraps or you can use them for cake pops. They do not have to go to waste. Anyway, that's what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want to get rid of any kind of tan or brown bits. I do the exact same thing on the bottom, and I also do it on the top, just to ensure that I have even color all around. This helps me use up a lot less frosting, and it ensures that I don't have cake pieces peeking out of my frosting. Let me know if you have any questions. Save, share, like, and follow for more. We're going to turn these 6-inch round cake into this beautiful heart cake. Let me show you how. So first off, we're going to start off with a coated cake board. I basically start off by marking my cake into quarters. And the part that's facing me, I cut that quarter in half. And that is my Mickey ears or the top of my heart. I use a little bit of buttercream to put both of my pieces in place and I glue them in. And then I start working on stacking on the next cake. I did make a buttercream dam because I did fill these with Oreos and I didn't want them coming out into my final coat of frosting. So as I'm building, I just continue to do the exact same thing on the next layer that I did on the previous one. And you want to make sure as you're doing this that it's lining up. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but it really doesn't matter. You can tidy anything up that you want with buttercream. And just to deepen that heart shape, I create a vertical line going down the center of the cake. Cut it in half, one on the left side and one on the right side. And that's all the scraps that I actually have from the cake. After that, you can finish your crumb coat and you got yourself a heart shape. Save, like, follow, and share. Let me show you how to turn this heart cake into this heart cake. Here's some decorating tips to achieve some really sharp edges on those heart cakes. This heart cake has been crumb coated and it came straight out of the fridge, and I checked it to make sure it was level. The next thing I did was generously spread buttercream over the entire cake, starting with the top and then going on with the sides. Once I put down a lot of buttercream, I then took my metal scraper and I scraped down each side one by one. So I scraped down the left side and kept scraping that side down until I got it to my liking, filled in any air bubbles along the way. Afterwards, I put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes so it could get nice and hard and that buttercream could crust over. Then I go in with my blowtorch and I do the exact same thing. I start on one side and I keep working that one side until I get it the way that I want it to look, and then I go to the other side. Using the blowtorch really helps me to get rid of any air bubbles on the side. For the top, I use the same blowtorch and I serrate it nice to cut off the edges, and that's it. Save, like, follow, and share for more. Burn away cakes are easier than they look. Let me show you how with this burn away cake tutorial. We're gonna start off with this edible sugar sheet. I made this on my own printer. If you don't have one, I have some information forthcoming on how to get the images. I just cut my sugar sheet out in the shape of a heart, put a little bit of fondant on the base of it so I wouldn't get air bubbles, and then I did a border of buttercream around it. That was about 2 layers. Then I put my edible wafer paper on the top of that. That's flammable. It's a different type of edible paper, and that's what makes it a burn away. Then I used a 6B tip to make a thick shell border around the wafer paper, and I went in with a 4B tip to cover up the border that I initially put down. After that, I went into the center using the same 4B tip and did the exact same border. Then I went around the base with a 6B tip, made another shell border. After that, I used these edible glitters that I bought off of Amazon. I put them on my storefront, and I used pearl white. Then I used my little air apparatus, which is already in my storefront. Generously spread glitter all over the cake. I added these cute little disco balls from Amazon and this ribbon from Walmart. Comment any questions. Save, like, follow, and share for more. Hey there. Wanted to take some time to respond to this question real quick. This is wafer paper, and this is what we print the burn away part on, okay? You can see that it's kind of texture. There's a smooth side and a not so smooth side. You can buy this, right? Like, offline at edibleimages.com. I have a link in my bio. IcingImages.com, excuse me. They have edible images on IcingImages.com. This is an icing sheet. This is a sheet that goes underneath the wafer paper. Now, if you go to a local grocery store, you call ahead because some of them won't do it. They should be able to print it for you on a sugar sheet. Or you could just go on Etsy. You can order them custom. Most local grocery stores will probably do it. Like I said, call ahead. It just can't be a copywritten image. So it'll probably need to be something that you probably, design yourself on Canva or something like that. But yeah, if you don't have your own edible printer and you don't want to invest in it right now, try your local grocery stores or your local cake supply shops, and they should be able to print them for you. I hope that helps. Also, I think that it's necessary to mention that you need to roll all that into the cost of the cake. Take into consideration your time, gas, and the price of the sheets. Not just the price of the sheets. Hey there. Wanted to take some time to respond to this question.